You might be wondering, GoHerping, why are you taking online quizzes again? That's a good question. Let's get started. We'll just go down the list and see what we have. Psych test. Okay. Most would describe me as charming and nonchalant. I can turn my charm on and off like a faucet. It's so broad. I feel like anyone could put any of those answers, but I'll just say somewhat. I do what I want when I want. The moment impulse strikes me, regardless of what others want. I mean, it depends. I try to think about others, but I tend to hold myself at the highest priority, so it's between someone and definitely, but I'm gonna go definitely. I'm easily the best at what I do. Nobody could take my place. No, it's not. I may be delusional and very pretentious, but I am aware that that's not true. I do whatever I feel like doing, don't care what others think, or even if it's illegal. The first part, yeah. The second part, no. So since this is definitely and this is not me, I'm gonna go somewhat, because that's only fair. Every person for themselves. I don't see the point in feeling sorry for people. I have no desire to help. I don't think that's true. I have no problem or concern lying in order to get what I want. Okay, I'm only laughing because you might have seen some of my videos about how I've made money. Live in the moment is what I say. The future will take care of itself. And learning from your past is point. No, I don't think that's true. I try to prepare myself, but I look into like 1 to 2 years in the future. After 2 years, who cares? I'm going to be a different person. Completely, as I have been every previous 2 years. And I will regret everything. I never feel remorse, shame, or guilt about something I've said or done. No. I don't regret anything I've said, really. Done? But never. This quiz is stupid because it says I never feel remorse. This somewhat describes me. So I somewhat never I don't like that. This quiz sucks. And obviously, if you just hit definitely me for all of them, you're gonna be a psychopath. So this quiz is terrible. 8. Oh. That's underwhelming. I'm not a psychopath. Thanks for checking. Number 2. How much of a furry am I? Furries are very interesting. Furries are one of my favorite groups of people. And I've had furry friends. I've never really met any in person, but at Repticon, there's a lot of people walking around with furry tails. On Twitter, there's a lot of furries. I've had conversations with furries on Discord, both about personas and not. And they're probably the most hated minority on Earth. As far as I know, I'm not a furry. I've never dressed in a costume. I do have a Furvilla account, but that's because when I was 14, someone convinced me to make it against my will. Yeah, okay. Do you know what an anthropomorphized animal is? I think, shouldn't it be a D there? Yeah, well, I already don't like these. It's of course, a what now, I could probably guess. My answer is just yes, not of course, but I do, so. Do you ever wear an animal costume? We're gonna say no, that's weird. But I don't care. Would you ever sleep with someone that's also wearing an animal costume? It depends, I guess. If it's someone I'm very unattracted to and they're wearing a costume, no, I wouldn't. But if they're attractive and happen to be wearing a costume, yeah. What's the most important part of a fur costume if you were to wear one? The tail, accessories, or the whole thing? It looks like the most important part to people is the tail, because that's what I see people in public wearing. Sometimes the gloves, paws, sometimes the hands as well. But I feel like you have to complete it with the whole thing. Do you know what? Okay. Do you go to furry conventions? I have never been to any convention. But also, who made this quiz? These quizzes suck. Because you got all the time. You've got I've never been to one. And you've got I want to go. These can be the same answer. You can never have been to one and want to go. But also there's no like, oh, I've gone once. Personally, I've never gone though. And I feel like I would, if there was one in the area, it would be hard not to go out of interest just of what goes on there. I feel like it would be underwhelming. I think they just have a bad image. But do you have furry suit accessories? All I have is box armor. So I do not. Do you like to connect with other furry? I just answered that. Online, I do. There's 29 questions. There's more questions confirming whether I'm a furry or not than there are confirming whether I'm a psychopath or not. Have you ever watched any adult furry films? Well, you have to, yeah. If you, everyone's explored. You've either explored videos or you're a liar. Do you roleplay furry characters in video games or online? I have not done this. How would you feel about meeting an animal that talked? Who would not want to, well, I mean, you can talk to humans. What are these I would die a happy person. That's ridiculous and it could happen, right? I don't think it would affect how happy I was on my deathbed. It is ridiculous. You can. A parrot, another person. I guess it could happen. Do you think animals should walk around like humans? What does that mean? Like on two legs? Or like citizens? I need more information. Do you have a fursona? Again, stupid answers. I know what a fursona is. I don't have one. So I guess I have to say, what? Are fursonas real or mythical? Real or mythical? What do you mean real? Do people, what? I mean, I guess technically some fursonas are real, like cats. And then some are based on mythical animals, but they're mythical. Did you give your fursona a name if you have one? I still don't have one. How much time did you I still don't have a fursona. What's the largest furry convention you ever held every year? Oh, where is it? I still can't read. It's been many quizzes later and I still can't read. Where is the largest convention held? I would guess New York, just because that's the biggest city out of them. Also, New York's got a diverse group. Have you ever been bullied for being a furry? Yes, even though I'm not a furry. So I am constantly bullied for being a furry. I answered honestly. Okay. They forgot to put, I got a Wendy's Frosty Chino. And they forgot to put the frosty part. It's just a plain cappuccino with no milk and it's terrible. Maybe they'll deserve higher than minimum wage once they start making my order right. Do people tease you that you act like a child? Here's the thing. I get teased for everything. But this is a little different. Because a lot of people know me on the internet and a lot of people don't like me. So, yeah. Do you know what bronies are? I do. I think so. Because I don't know if bronies just like My Little Pony or if they roleplay. Which one? I'll say I think so because I think I know, but I'm curious what the official definition is. Okay, it's a full documentary. Where 55% like the movie. Okay, so I was right, but I wasn't sure beforehand. Are you male or female? Trick question, I see. What kind of what are these options? Okay, we've got mid-20s, which let's say that's 24 to 26. We've got 20s to 30s, which also includes 24 to 26. We've got under 20 and over 40. So I guess 20s to 30s. That doesn't make any sense. Do you ever feel as though you aren't human? No. I'm gonna be honest. I have not. Oh. I'm not a furry. I don't know why I'm surprised. I guess I thought I gave a lot more fur-related answers than others, but there isn't anything about you that makes you a furry. Don't try and claim to be a furry around real furries. You might find yourself in a bit of trouble. Did I just get... Why does this keep popping up? Did I just get indirectly threatened by the entire furry race? Is it a race? Tribe? So 15% of my answers are 100% furry. So I'm 57% furry? Not furry? Well, this person said, dude, I'm a furry. This teat is a lie, but now I'm sad. Okay, so it might not even be accurate? I don't know. I think the verdict is no. The most difficult knowledge quiz on how stuff works. Okay, this is just general knowledge. Oh boy, it's like an IQ test. I've never taken an IQ test. I've taken them and I've gotten to the point where it's like, all right, to see your results, you got to pay $8, and I don't pay the $8. What color do 75% of national flags contain? Not just because I'm American, but I know a lot of flags have red, white, and blue. I think blue would be the most common. Like, you've got most European countries, Australia. I don't know any African flags. Well, Asian flags are usually red, though. That's hard. I can't think of any flag that has blue, but not red. But I can think of flags that have red, but not blue, so I'm gonna say red. I was actually right. Red is associated with communist nations. Cool. I guess. What part of a sailboat does the tiller move? I don't know what tiller is, but the rudder moves. Okay. Vienna is the capital of what country? I don't like these questions because everyone harasses you if you don't know geography. But I don't know why I need to know geography because I can just go to Google Maps. I feel like Austria. Hey, look at that. Take back everything I said. I'm actually very smart. Okay, seismology is the study of earthquakes, gems, clouds, or extinct animals. Well, let's break down the word seismology. Ology is a study, so it's one of these four. I don't know what seism means, so I can't break the word down any further. I don't think it's earthquakes or there's some earthquake word that's I don't know why I said earthquakes. Originally I was gonna say extinct animals, but then Big Brain came out. Which of these was the first actor to be paid $1 million for Bridge on the River Kwai? I don't know any of these actors and I don't know what this is. Which of these is not one of Earth's layers? Core, crust, mantle, terrestria. Core is the center hot part. Crust is the outer. I think I've heard all these, but I know terra is basically means Earth, but I think it's a trick question. I think terrestria is not. Wow, I'm not doing bad. I know this random stuff better than fruits and vegetables. Thank you very much. When I think of mare, I think of horse. None of these oceans have anything to do with horse. But for some reason, when I think of Ireland, I think of like white horses running down fields. So I'm gonna say the Irish Sea. It's not right at all. Which of these is the hardest mineral? We got diamond. Thank you, Minecraft. Very cool. Wait. I built my entire career on animal care. And this entire time, I thought crepuscular meant dawn and dusk. But according to this quiz, there's only one of them. Shiro, can you shut up? Dawn. This is a complicated word for a simple thing. While many animals are classified as diurnal or nocturnal, crepuscular comes out to hunt or graze at twilight? What? What? But you don't... But I don't... Okay. Which fantasy hero might you find Diagon Alley? Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley. I don't like Harry Potter. Which of these authors created... I don't know any pop culture. I've seen this word. I don't know how to pronounce it. I feel like it's shoe something. Like Shulu. I'm so tired of Googling pronunciations, but I'm trying to learn. Like, legitimately. What? I hate writers. I don't remember. It was just a difficult knowledge quiz, but this is just someone who's just circle jerking themselves because they know a lot of pop culture. I don't care. Oh, I guessed, but I also don't. Oh, wait. This isn't pop culture, this is history. Also, I guessed correctly because I'm big brain. Okay. The femoral artery is named for a bone in what part of the body? Well, animal knowledge is coming in handy. It's the femur, which would be the upper leg. I don't like this one because it's the stupid thing they would do in school when they gotta flip it on you and also give you the option of none or all. So I'm gonna say they're all just because they had no reason to add these two options. So I'm gonna say it's none. I don't know what a taxonomic... I just hiccuped my coffee. I don't know what a taxonomic... Okay. Wait, I played chess for like 2 years. How did I not know that? I didn't say I was good at chess. I'm gonna say Furies because it sounds like furries. It's not right. Who is Josh? I'm only laughing because of this stupid picture everyone keeps sending me. Okay. For a second I was scared I was gonna get that wrong. Okay, I did worse than average. I got 51%, average is 66. Although it's a failing grade, I always thought in school the grade should be 100 to 80 is an A, 79 to 60 is a B. 59 to 30 is it? My point is I should get a C. Next up, which K-pop idol am I? I know the only K-pop I know by name is BTS, and I know that's a group, not a person. Let's get started. What is your favorite food? Noodles and rice. Yogurt, meat, or meat? Just meat or pizza? No specification, just meat. When were you born? I was born in the winter, but also March. I was born in March, so I'll have to say spring. Favorite hair color is white, fun fact. Favorite hobby? Reading, drawing, music, photography. Listening to music's not a hobby. Photography, scientific pursuits, watching movies, also not a hobby. Swimming or web surfing, also not a hobby. I'm gonna say web surfing even though it's not a hobby. Would I be the dancer, vocalist, visual, matinee, leader, or rapper? I don't know what a matinee is. I don't know what the difference of a visual and dancer is. Matinee is the youngest in the group. A role in a band now is to be the youngest in the group. And the most oh, okay. Obvious. What's your aegyo style? I am too old for this stuff. I don't know what these are. Aegyo, it refers to a cute display of affection. Awkward. Bubbly. Reluctant. Classy. Extra cute. And not much. Okay. What is your blood type? For some reason I feel like I shouldn't share this. I don't know why. No looking allowed. I don't know if they mean my actual blood type or if it's just a metaphor for something, but I put my actual blood type. What type of personality? Chatty, friendly, kind, chill, split personality, goofy, scatterbrained, fierce. Although I don't actually have a disorder, I'm gonna say it depends on the day. As anyone, but okay, calculating results. I'm Myung-soo. Infinite L is known for his cool, fierce onstage personality that's starkly juxtaposed with his goofy offstage personality. I feel like I just took an astrology test. Literally anyone on Earth would fit that description. This has no meaning for me. Maybe it has more meaning for you. What YouTuber are you? Well, this was kind of boring. I'm gonna go with the James Charles quiz instead. How much do you know about the epic TikTok and YouTube superstar? Okay, what does James say at the start of his videos? Anyone knows this. James has done a mukbang with Brett Minrock. What is a mukbang? What does he have to do with James Charles? Which of these people have never appeared in his video? These are all normal people, and then it's just James's parents. So I'm gonna say this, because it's the outlier. And I think this is just another poorly made quiz. I know TikTok is massive, but he's been on YouTube way longer, so I'm going to say false. Which of these is he not famous for? Singing, dancing, baking pastries, or painting? He's famous for 3 of these? I feel like I would have heard his song, so I'm gonna say singing is not one. I doubt he's like that big on TikTok in comparison, so I'm gonna say CoverGirl. Which of these is not a video by James? There's a picture of him with Santa, so he probably did that. I doubt he did a reaction. Okay. All right, I got the majority. And I've watched like 1.5 of his videos. What did I... Okay, I got that wrong. Oh, I'm impressed. They tricked me with the Santa image. Oh, he is famous for singing. But not baking They tricked me again. They legitimately tricked me multiple times. I got that wrong. I take it back. Whoever made this quiz is actually a god, and they completely convinced me otherwise. Okay, someone says take an alignment test. What D&D character am I? Oh, is this chaotic? Everyone says I'm chaotic good when they find my videos. And once they get to know me, they downgrade me to chaotic neutral. If they find certain stuff, they downgrade me to chaotic evil. Our final quiz today can be me confirming my alignment. Alright, here we go. Family elders are expressing disapproval of you to the rest of the family. I listen to criticism, most criticism is dumb. Best smirk. Why am I so stupid? What did I do to deserve so much stupidity? Damage the reputation. Oh, okay. Damage the reputation of those expressing or silence them. There's no just like ignore them or something. Oh, as I ignore them. I was gonna say I want to just ignore them. I'm gonna say this just because I would probably kind of ignore it. Would you give up a promising career to aid a family in time of need? What family member? I don't care about them all equally. In a heartbeat, I would say with some reluctance, because you can always find more careers. Okay, so I guess Dungeons & Dragons is very family-oriented, because these are all questions about family. Would I betray a family member to advance? Without a twinge of guilt, I do it secretly. I'd resist the temptation. Do you respect the leaders of your family? What's a leader of a family? So I would flee. A powerful but corrupt judge offers you wealth if you'll testify against your friend. I think I would abstain. Maybe that's a bad. I think generally the middle people or the moderates are hated the most, because both sides are so upset that you can't pull them to your side that they both end up hating you. And that's what's happening right now. So I'm used to it, and I'm gonna refuse to testify and refuse the offer. Do you become close to friends or hold most people as a difference? I don't do it on purpose, but I don't have any. Originally, I didn't like the idea of lifelong commitment, but I'm good with it now. So yeah. Do you insist on repayment when lending money to friends? Lending, yes. If I gift them money, no. I feel like that's not the good answer for some reason. Are you still in touch with childhood friends? Childhood in-person friends from school? Not at all. But there's some online friends that I've never met in my life, but they were actually my closest friends. And although we don't have much in common, I still try to message some of them sometimes. Do you donate time and money to improve the local community? I'd be lying if I had said this one, so I have to say no here. I feel kind of bad though now. I know local community isn't like not just business, but don't support local business. Support the business that gets you the best product and service. I'm not gonna support someone if they get me a worse product or service at a worse price just because they're local. That's stupid. Okay. A plague is sweeping across your country. I like how a lot of these are actually very accurate to what's going on right now. So let's be realistic. What am I doing? Am I undertaking a dangerous mission to find the cure? Personally, I'm not. Heal the sick the best you can? No. Yeah, I'm avoiding contact. Do you respect the lawful authority of rulers of the land? A lot of these are very similar to the political test, you know, the political compass. And I'm a lib-right, but like up here, I'm like almost right center. And so I think a lot of these are very similar to that quiz. But it's just fantasy or something. I don't know. Do you respect the lawful authority of rulers of the land? As people, rulers aren't better than everyone else, but there's a reason there's hierarchy. And so this is hard because I support their being rulers, but they often do get corrupted by the power. I think less than being get corrupted by the power, but more so that it's corrupt to get to that position. This is very, like, I don't know why I'm taking this so seriously. Okay. Do you rely on the government to enforce contracts and property rights? I think the government's good at authority and security. And I think they should stay out of the rest, so. How do you express a revolutionary political opinion if threatened with punishment? Yeah, I think, yeah, somebody's gotta speak the truth. People don't do it anymore. Wink wonk. I feel like I'm just picking all the passive answers, but I'm being honest. What's the best use of wealth? I don't like any of these answers. I see it as security for myself, potential for future. I'm just gonna say this one. Again, I'm picking C for all of them. When confronted by beggars. Oh God, this is bad. Look, I get harassed a lot, okay? Like almost every day it's been happening. I don't have shame in ignoring them, but I do. I completely ignore them at this point if they confront me. And look, when it was like once a month, someone would be like, do you have any spare change? Oh yeah, I've got $1 here. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to a cash points for you. But also, if you come and harass me, like, it happens all the time, I'm not doing it. People single you out because of, for example, in drive-thrus, they single out the nicest looking cars. Even if it's not the most expensive, my car gets singled out, is what I'm trying to say. And I get harassed all the time, and I either stare at them and go, or I just pretend like they don't exist, and they go away. And sometimes they get more harassing, and then, what do you know, police, well, okay. You have 2 jobs, one pays more, the other is secure and steady. Ooh, right now I'm doing the one that pays more but less secure. Kind of. Security is important though. I mean, I don't like steady work. Yeah, I'm gonna go that one. I'm going aggressive. What's the best path to wealth? Path to wealth. It's a matter of luck and being in the right place at the right time. Partially, I think this is definitely true, but not entirely, because otherwise everyone in someone's position, like say you take a wealthy person, and you look at everyone in their position, they're not all gonna be wealthy because that person's gonna stand out in some ways. Staying flexible so you can take advantage of good opportunities, following a long-term plan, then income. Yeah, I like this one. And hard work and perseverance. I think it's a big mix. I think it's a little luck, it's a little work. I mean, a lot of work, a lot of luck. I don't know. I'm gonna say that one. C, again, if you accepted a job or contract, would you try to finish the task even if it got much more dangerous? Usually I'll sacrifice the most money or time if it can keep the reputation. So let's see my alignment. True neutral. What does that mean? Is that just down the middle? True neutral, I'm just straight down the middle. Sometimes I don't follow the rules and sometimes I follow the rules, sometimes I don't. Everyone else says I'm chaotic good. Okay, well it's me. You're officially no longer chaotic good, but I am a true neutral. Unless I answered this as my unboxing persona, in which I don't want to get into. But I think that's enough quizzes. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the quizzes. Usually I make reptile videos, so you can check those out if you want. Other times I don't make reptile videos. Yeah, this is a very boring thing behind me. New office, I'm gonna add some stuff here. What should we add? Let me know in the comments. If I read the comments, we'll find out. That's it for this video. I'm Alex, and thanks for watching.